What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuning in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go! Welcome everybody. Welcome back. We got another brand spanking new one for you. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Knicks in the 4th spot right now. We just gotta, keep pace, hold strong, play some good basketball. Might be hosting a playoff game this year, hopefully. So we'll see.
I saw some of the videos from outside. Was that outside MSG? People running around in the streets. It's the Knicks hit 500 and the city might burn down.
Oh yeah, people are thinking championship already, but slow down, guys. Still got another half of the season to go. But I like the direction we're heading in. Derrick Rose has been a nice addition. Quickly's been great for us. I mean, we just got to keep pace. We're actually top 1 or 2 in the league in defense right now, which is pretty great. Hats goes off to Tibbs. Coaching defense up, but we just got to keep be consistent.
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of knew going into it that the Tibbs would be good for the defensive side of the ball there. But yeah, I think that since Rose has got there, they've kind of gelled a little offensively, play good basketball, and there's rumors flying around. I'm sure you heard them that there may be a 1 or 2 big free agent that want to opt out and go to New York. Do you hear those today?
No, not today. Who were they saying?
They didn't give names, but Windhorst is out here, telling everyone that expect the Knicks to make a big splash in the offseason.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm trying to think who would be a free agent during the offseason. Well, there's been rumors about this Kentucky factory. Supposedly the Knicks are, trying to lure all Kentucky players to New York, but I don't put much, value behind that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we'll see though.
Yeah. So who do you think that they would go after then?
I'm trying to think. I heard there was rumors of what's the name from the Suns? Well, I can't think of his name.
Not Booker. Oh.
Yeah, Booker.
Would it be Booker?
Yeah, I heard it was Booker and somebody else. That was part of the Kentucky thing I heard.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't think he's a free agent this offseason.
No.
I'm trying to think.
I thought didn't he just sign an extension?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see who would be a free agent for them to even try to get.
I think Windhorst was saying it would have to be a guy that was opting out.
I don't see anybody that's I mean, the only people that could really opt out looks like James Harden, Steph Curry, but I mean, Steph's not going anywhere. There's no like real big names unless Kawhi Leonard is like, I'm tired of the Clippers if they don't win. But yeah, I don't really see any other huge names as far as somebody that would be a free agent. I mean, the only people they got people with player options. Right. James Harden, John Wall, Westbrook, Durant, Curry, Paul, Beal, Kemba.
Yep.
Jimmy Butler. But I mean, those guys, I don't think those guys are going anywhere.
No. Beal's probably your best shot, but with the way that they're playing right now, I doubt it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if he gives up that last year of that money. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to opt out and maybe. But that's the thing. You never know. Maybe he gets out of it to get out of Washington because it doesn't look like they're going to trade him. I don't know what's going on over there, but
right.
I can't really see anybody else unless it's somebody we didn't expect that's looking to eye there. Based off how the Knicks are doing. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get into the NBA reserves. The snub list is out. Do you feel like who do you feel like was snubbed, or do you feel like they pretty much got everything with who they picked as a All-Star this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always tough, right? I think the big snub was probably Devin Booker, but he's on anyways. It's almost like they put Anthony Davis on. Not that he doesn't deserve it. He's definitely an All-Star, but they put him on knowing that and kind of like left a guy off that probably should be on it. Mm-hmm. So having Booker on there is it makes sense.
I mean, they were saying Chris Middleton, and then they're saying Jimmy Butler and Bam. They're trying to say they were
Trae Young too. I mean, Trae Young's had a good year down in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. And Sabonis and Pacers.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a tough list. You know, you get what, 7 guys, 8 guys.
Hmm.
It's just difficult, I think, to get everyone on there. You know, it's good to see your boy Julius Randle get some love.
Yeah, I mean he's been playing great this year. So
Yeah, and I don't know. I thought Ben Simmons was probably a little bit of a reach. I mean, he's good, he's solid, but you know, he's got good players around him too. I mean, his numbers aren't really going to wow you. I think he's like 16, 8 and 8 somewhere around there, which is obviously good. I'm just not sure it's all-star level, leaving off some other guys.
yeah, but I think the record, they give it. They also like, I feel like they reward other things as well. Like the record,
Yeah,
and then I think they consider him more to be a point guard. I mean, I don't think there's really many point guards in the East that are wowing you to be on the All Star team this year.
yeah. I mean, that's fair. I just, I don't think, I also don't think that they pick for positions on there either. I think they just put, after the first 5, I think they just put kind of, the best guys out there.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, you could probably make a case that Mike Conley, he's having one of his best years of his career out in Utah on a team that's leading the West. Yeah, Bam and Jimmy Butler. Obviously, I don't know. It gets tough. I think it's tough for them.
Oh yeah,
DeMar DeRozan's another guy that got left off, who's having a good year.
yeah. I'm hearing trade rumors about him
Yep.
possibly going to LA, but I don't know.
Oh, L.A.
Yeah, I don't know how they would swing that. I don't know if they're giving up Kuzma for him or something else, but that's what I'm hearing.
Interesting. I haven't heard. I heard that they could potentially move him. I didn't hear L.A.
Yeah, that was one of the places I heard.
Interesting.
And then they announced some of the people for the dunk contest. I mean, we got your boy Obi Toppin going to be in there representing the Knicks. We got Cassius Stanley. I know he's got some crazy hops.
He does. Yeah.
Anthony Simmons. I think they got 1 or 2 spots left. I think they're hoping Zion or somebody else hops in there to make it more exciting.
Yeah. I think unfortunately Zion said he's out today. He's opting out of the dunk contest. Would be I don't necessarily blame him. I mean, if he ever got hurt in the dunk contest, he'd never hear the end of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice to get one more guy in there. Anthony Edwards, nothing on him. He's not doing it.
Nah, I'm not hearing. Yeah, I think that's the other. There's a few people they're trying to get, but they haven't said they're gonna do it or not. So I mean, he would be another good one. But I mean, I just wish we had like these the superstar dunkers,
I know.
in the thing. But I mean, I guess I feel like the 3-point contest has become the new dunk contest as far as like all stars being in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, unfortunately, the days of having the best dunkers actually in the All-Star game is out, and that kind of stinks. But these guys, I feel like these guys just make so much money that if they ever got hurt doing something like that, that would just be, gosh, it would be painful.
oh yeah, but I mean, I feel like you gotta give the fans what they want, and I feel like I think like when you're at that level, you can't really be thinking about, oh, I'm gonna get hurt. What if I get hurt at a 3-point contest or a skills challenge?
Mm.
I think you just do it for the love of the game. But some people, they got a lot to protect, especially if you're in a contract year, stuff like that. If you're putting stuff like that in consideration, I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Hawks, they fire their coach. I mean, after a terrible start by the Hawks, pretty much I think they spent the most in the off season, and it looks like they're like the 10th spot as far as in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think they go from here as far as coaches, or do you feel like there's anything they need to do with the team, or is it just pretty much a coaching issue?
Yeah, I mean, they've had a lot of injuries this year, so I don't know if that's causing some. Obviously you want to have your best team out there, but I don't know. I've watched them play a couple times. They haven't really, outside of the start that they had this season, they haven't really impressed me. So unfortunately, in these leagues, the coach is kind of the first shakeup to go, right?
Oh yeah,
You can't fire the team or get rid of all the new guys that you got out there. So I think this is kind of the route that they go.
yeah. I wonder. It's gonna be interesting to see where they go. I'm trying to think of potential coaches they can look to hire. I mean, I don't think they really have much options. I don't see many other coaches trying to go there to coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I know maybe they stay in staff, or they try to pull one of those assistants from the Spurs, or I don't even know if the Raptors have any assistants left for them to steal, but it seems like everybody gets one of those assistants from the Raptors ever since they had the championship.
Yeah. You gonna talk about the All-Star game? When is that? Sunday? All-Star Day.
Yeah, All-Star Day is this Sunday.
How do you feel about the lineup they have on Sunday? What they're planning to do?
I think it's going to be a jam-packed day. Like I said, I think you have an opportunity for more people to be in tune for that day. I feel like when it was split up on those those 3 days, sometimes you really want to watch the Friday games when they had the sophomores versus the rookies. Then they had that celebrity game. I feel like most people are really in tune for the dunk contest and 3-point shootout, but I feel like is a better way for the NBA to keep people on their product in that short period of time because a lot of people have what is it, ADD when it comes to
Yeah.
focusing on stuff. So I think it's better for them. I actually like the NBA, the All-Star Day, and then it gives the players more days to rest off.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I like the doing it just in one. I mean, I think it's gonna be busy and kind of jammed, but I think it'll like you said. I think it'll give the guys an actual some rest. Fly in, fly out, as opposed to being there the whole week basically, and then you get a couple days off, but then you're back on the road again.
Mm-hmm.
So that part's nice. I just think that I'm interested to see how it all kind of plays out. Trying to jam everything in there.
Oh yeah, and like I said, I feel like it's gonna be interesting to see as well because I feel like some of the stuff is missing as far as I think it would have been a lot better if we had more star power in the dunk contest. And I mean, we'll see how the All-Star game goes. Who shows up, who doesn't really care to show up. Since it's not one day, maybe some people look at it as a rest game. Let's say Kawhi comes in for like 3-4 minutes, sits out. It also depends on the coaches too. How do the coaches decide to play him? If they go with the young players more, or actually try to win the game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think that they always want to win. I feel like, especially with that new format, got to hit the point number. Like last year, I thought was, really cool towards the end of the game. It got pretty competitive. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how it all plays out.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Then we got the NFL. I mean, pretty much season's over, but I mean, we're kicking into the off season in full effect. I mean, we got a free agency coming up. Teams have until March 9th, I believe it is, to franchise players. I'm not sure how your boy JJ signed already, pretty much before, agreeing to the 2 years, 31 million. I don't understand why he went to the Cardinals. I mean, obviously for the money, but I felt like there was other teams you could have went to get the money and possibly be a much more of a contender.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting one, too. Obviously, it sounds like, the money was probably he was going to get 12 million. That was what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, why the Cardinals? That's a good one. I'm not positive on that. They do have a good defense. Obviously, he'll make them better. I'm just not sure if it's worth putting a guy like that. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on J.J. Watt in general.
Mm-hmm.
I like what he brings to the team. I just don't know if he still has that playmaking ability anymore.
Well, I think he does, but I think he's going to have to be paired up with somebody. I think earlier in his career, he was more like of an Aaron Donald, a one-man like wrecking crew. But after all those injuries, he definitely doesn't play as many snaps, or he's definitely going to need somebody else to pair him up with. But I felt like he could have went to a place like Indy and got the money and still been a possible Super Bowl contender. Based off what they're doing over there, or even some other teams. I mean, there's rumors about Pittsburgh, but I wouldn't like Pittsburgh because they're bringing Big Ben back, but I don't think Big Ben is the answer. Sorry, Pittsburgh's fans. But I mean, or the Bucks. I know that was another rumor in case they didn't sign Shaq Barrett. I mean, he could have got money there. But I mean, we're gonna see what happens. But especially in that's a tough division to be in. I don't know. I don't understand his reasoning behind picking that team. But maybe he just went there. D Hop was there, felt more comfortable with him.
Yeah.
And I believe one of the coordinators was one of his. So I mean, so we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, that could be it. I mean, I think that comfort level must be nice for a guy like that. Yeah, I would have liked to see him in like Green Bay or something like that. But that's I guess we'll see how he does down there in Arizona.
Yeah. And then we got other notable NFL free agents, possibly about to hit the market. I mean, Dak, there might be a number one target out there as far as free agents. Then, do you think Dallas resigns him, or do you think he stays with Dallas? That's the main question.
I think he does. I just I can't imagine that they let him go like that. I just it's one of those things where it's to me it's like if they let him go and he does awesome, I feel like they'll never hear the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Jones definitely has ears for that. So I think that the fear of letting him go and him being awesome would scare them into signing the contract.
Oh yeah.
But I think this year, I think they franchise him and then they try to work out a long term deal. However, if they can't, agree on numbers, I would also say that Jerry's probably not afraid to trade him for a big haul. I just I don't think he'll let him go to the free agent market.
How do you feel about these rumors about him getting traded for Russell Wilson?
That'd be a football trade, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
That would be interesting. I know we've talked about it a few times, but yeah, that would be an interesting trade because probably whatever they would sign Dak for would probably match up money. But yeah, give two guys a fresh start. I just don't see Russ going anywhere. Again, I think Pete Carroll would be remiss to let Wilson leave Seattle. I think they try to do whatever they can to keep him there.
Yeah, I feel the same way, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas called
Yeah,
and asked about it. I mean, if you think about it, you're pretty much getting if you were to do that trade, you're pretty much getting Russell at that same pay if you franchised Dak, for those 2 years.
right.
And I mean, who's to say? I think I like Russell a little bit better as far as quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So possibly get a better quarterback for cheaper because Dak's gonna want to re-sign for like 40 million a year, and you're only gonna pay Russell about 32. I mean, so you're saving money on that end, getting a possible better quarterback. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think that's a trade that Seattle was gonna let let go through.
Yeah.
Even the mayors were going back and forth.
That's great.
And then we got some other notable free agents. We got a lot of receivers on the market, man. I think they. I wonder if this is. I wonder if this is gonna be the Deshaun domino effect. I mean, if you're a top receiver, do you wait for Deshaun to get signed to see if you can go sign there? Like let's say if he got traded to the Jets, would you guys want any of these receivers like Allen Robinson, Godwin, Kenny Galladay, Hunter Henry's a tight end,
Mm-hmm.
and then Will Fuller as well. I mean, how would you guys feel about signing any of those guys with if you got Deshaun?
So I would say the Jets probably need another receiver, but I think that they have drafted there. I think they got a couple guys that have some potential in Denzel Mims. They got Perriman there. He actually might be off contract. James and Crowder they have for another year. So yeah, I'd be interested in a guy like that, but you got to get the quarterback first. I don't see Godwin going anywhere. I think that he's already kind of said he wants to stay, and Mike Evans will take a pay cut for him to stay. But, Galladay, I don't know if he really interests me. He's kind of an injury guy. Will Fuller, get hot and cold with him too. He's kind of the same way. He's got, soft tissue issues, hamstrings and things like that. But when those guys are healthy, they're great.
Juju's up there too.
Juju's there. I like him. He's more of an over-the-middle type guy, big play guy. Plays every game. But, yeah, I mean, I think the Jets probably need another big receiver in there. I would just wouldn't spend the money unless you get the quarterback. I think that they need to beef up their O-line a little bit.
I mean, Trent Williams is out there too, so
Yeah.
that'll be a good pickup. Him and you can go after the guard from New England. I forgot his name.
Joe Tooney.
Yeah, did Joe, your boy Joey. I know Brandon Scruff. I think that's his last name. He's another top guard that's out there. So I mean, you guys got some options. You guys got to pretty much rebuild your whole team with all this cap space you got after you get the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I think you still got to get the quarterback first before you can do all that.
Oh yeah, and then I think that's it for the NFL.
A few weeks away from free agency here for the tampering period.
Yeah, supposedly, but JJ Watt signed already before we even started.
Yeah, that always happens. I think it's different for the veterans that are released. I think they can sign early.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure players talk. So I'm sure he was talking with Hopkins before. So
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And then we got MLB getting into full effect. We got spring training going on. Looks like the Dodgers are favored to win it again. I mean, they got them at the most wins in the season as well, like 105. Yankees are, I think, the second best record at 94 wins. I mean, hopefully, it's a Yankees Dodgers World Series, but I mean, it's gonna be a tough one this year.
Yeah, it seems like I think again the Dodgers and the Yankees are favored, but I don't know. It for some reason it feels a little more wide open this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Obviously we'll start to see things as we get season going, but I think the Dodgers are loaded.
Oh yeah, they definitely loaded, especially at pitching.
Hit pitching, yeah, and the Yankees got something to prove. I mean, Tampa Bay kind of deconstructed their roster again after the World Series appearance. San Diego, I think they added some pitching. They signed Tatis to that monster contract, and I think I think that they'll probably contend in the West. They're just in a tough division there. Outside of that, I don't know. The AL is kind of.
Who do you like as a dark horse, like the Braves or?
I don't know if the Braves are a dark horse anymore. I mean, they have a good team. They were there last year. They're right on the edge. I don't know. If they're gonna have to kind of just be one of those teams that just grows right internally. They didn't make any huge signings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dark horse, Blue Jays. How about the Blue Jays?
Oh, that's a good one.
They got a young team.
Mm-hmm.
If they can figure out their pitching, they got hitters. They signed Springer. They got a big free agent in the offseason. I watched them a little bit on Sunday against the Yankees in spring training. They got all the kids around the infield. Vladdy dropped 40 pounds.
Yep.
He looks good. They got Biggio's kid and Bichette's kid over there. So they could be a force to reckon with.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting to see how these all these games play out.
Yeah. I think it'll be a good season. It'll be good to see back into the 162 game season. Or are they going on 154? I forget. But getting back to the regular.
Yeah, the regular pace of the
Yeah, I feel like guys get into grooves. Last year was it was cool to see the shortened season, but I felt like it was a little bit rushed.
oh yeah, we got a few weeks before it kicks off, but it's gonna be good.
For sure.
Then we got March Madness getting ready to kick off in full effect. Some teams are playing right now for their attorneys. I don't know if you have a favorite yet, but who you think you still rolling with Gonzaga to win it all? Or you think somebody else is gonna?
I never trust the number one seed in the country for some reason. I don't know why. Michigan's playing really well.
Yeah, I like
They've
them.
had a couple big wins. Juwan Howard's doing a really good job there. Gonzaga, obviously, best team in the country, haven't lost. They got a veteran type team for as veterans you can get these days, I think. So I think they'll be tough. Baylor, they had a little
Upset.
upset, but they hadn't played either. So
Yeah.
get these guys back into it. They're dangerous. They're a good shooting team. So who do I like now? I mean, I really like the way Michigan's playing. They've had some really good wins, beating Iowa and Ohio State.
Yeah, and they're in a tough division.
The Big Ten is tough this year. Not that it's not always tough, but it feels like they have teams all over the top 10. So yeah, I think it'll be I'm looking forward to it this year. Selection Sunday, be good to have those those first 2 days, those Thursday and Friday are like two of the best days of basketball of the year. So it's
Oh yeah.
it's exciting that we're going to do it. I don't know if you heard about how they're going to sort of I guess backfill teams that could potentially have COVID issues, but they're going to have like like 4 teams waiting by just in case, which is kind of interesting. So like if say Gonzaga goes out or something with an issue, they'll have like the next team up, but then that team has to fill in that one position. So that should be interesting.
Wait, so they're gonna what? Swap games, or are they gonna
Yeah. So basically, they would if the team has to shut down, they would have a fill-in team come in and play for them.
that's so
I think this is only pre-first round.
okay.
I don't think that after they start, that wouldn't make much sense. I don't think, but
Yeah, it's gonna mess up my bracket, man. Yeah, we can't let Mark win another sports thing. He's been
No,
winning too many sports stuff.
no kidding. He did look good in that sweatshirt, though.
Oh, I didn't see him with it on. I know he sent me the picture. And then outside of that, I mean that's pretty much it. It's for NCAA. I mean, we got Duke. It looks like Duke's not going to make it. They're on the outside looking in.
Yeah, they had been playing well up until the loss the other night. Them, Kansas,
Mm-hmm.
both, playing much better. But yeah, I'd say right now they're probably on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting. NIT. We're gonna see a lot of big name teams in NIT. So that'll be interesting. How you feeling about Cade Cunningham being the first pick in the draft?
Is that the kid from Oklahoma State?
Yeah, point guard. It's like 6'6".
Yeah, I haven't watched much of him. A little bit this weekend. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I gotta look more into it. I haven't really delved too deeply into it. I like Suggs out in Gonzaga too. He's another bigger point guard type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is where I find the guy that I want on my team. The tournament time. Who do I want? Who's gonna come play in Boston?
Yeah, who's gonna show up? Not afraid of pressure.
Exactly.
So I mean, this is the great thing about the tournament. You get to see some of the NBA prospects live up to the hype, and then there's gonna be some people that aren't in people's radar that pops out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be great to see.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we had the Golden Globes that just happened. I believe it was this Sunday. I mean, some of the winners we had best television drama. We had The Crown. They beat out Ozark, Lovecraft County, The Mandalorian, and Ratchet. Have you ever seen The Crown?
No, I no interest really, to be honest.
I'm hearing good things about the show. I might have to watch it just because people are talking about it.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard it depends what season you watch.
I don't know. I don't even know what the show's about. I've seen it before, like pass by it, skimming, but I never actually like sat down to watch it. It sounds like it's about something about the Queen of England or something.
Yeah, it's about it's. I think it's just about the different the different queens or potential queens of England. They kind of walk you through. I think the latest season, which is why I probably got a lot of pub, was Princess Diana.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't know much about it other than that.
Gotcha. And then their best television series, musical or comedy, or show one, Schitt's Creek. They beat out Emily in Paris, The Flight Attendant, The Great, and then Ted Lasso.
I think I've only seen Schitt's Creek there.
Yeah, I've seen Schitt's Creek, Emily in Paris. Emily in Paris was good. It's like The Devil Wears Prada, but they put it into like half-hour episodes, so it doesn't drag out too long. It's not bad.
Okay.
The Flight Attendant, I've seen that. That's on the HBO Max. The other two I haven't seen, The Great and Ted Lasso. Those two I haven't seen. But I wasn't even sure that Schitt's Creek will qualify because I know the show ended. I thought they would have missed based off the last season. The cutoff for to be in the award show.
Yep. Yeah, I think when did it? I thought it ended last year.
Yeah, but maybe it got postponed. Maybe
I think I think
So maybe it was able to count for this year, but who knows? Then we had best television limited series. We had Queen's Gambit. They won. They beat out Normal People, Small Acts, The Undoing, and Unorthodox. I've only seen the Undoing. I haven't seen those other three.
Same.
But I probably, from what I hear and what I've seen, the Queen's Gambit was great. So
yeah, it was.
Then they had best motion picture. I feel like it wasn't a lot of movies, this past year. They had Nomadland, they had The Father, Monk or Mank, Promising Young Woman, The Trial of Chicago 7, No Man Land 1. I haven't seen any of those movies. Then they had best motion picture for animated. They had Soul, that won it. They beat out The Croods, Onward, Over the Moon, and Wolfwalkers.
Interesting. Yeah, hopefully we get the comeback here. The movie shows and things like that after this year.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a lot of HBO Max stuff, a lot of Disney Plus stuff that'll probably be in the mix for award time next year. So.
Yep.
get into it, man. What you got for us this week for JD's Bites and Brews?
All right, for bites this week we got a chicken enchilada. Again, sticking on the healthy train here. It's a little bit of healthier version with a homemade enchilada sauce. So we got chicken we did in the crock pot, shredded it up, mixed it with some tomato sauce, chicken broth, some spices, cilantro. Toss that in a corn tortilla. Wrap it up, cover it with the sauce. So the sauce is tomato base, again, tomato sauce, chipotle peppers, some chipotle pepper spice, some cumin, salt, pepper, garlic, and a little bit of chicken broth there too.
Oh yeah.
So smother that, and then toss some Mexican cheese on top. We did a little bit lighter on the cheese, and then when it comes out, we'll have it served with some avocado on top.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it should be a good one. And then on the brew side, we're gonna go with the it's called a Cherry Bomb. It's a Spyglass Brewing Company.
Okay.
They're out of New Hampshire, right over the border. It's a fruited sour. Kind of been on a that sour kick. That they're good, nice and refreshing. It's got heavily fruited with sweet cherries, pineapple, strawberries, and vanilla. The vanilla is always an interesting taste. It can either kind of make or break your sour beer.
Mm-hmm.
So usually, I feel like a lot of these companies, a lot of these breweries have figured it out. But too much vanilla can kind of ruin it. Not enough, and you can just get the faint hint of a taste there. So let's see. Let's try this one. So it's good. It's not too sour.
Okay.
Definitely get the cherry, a little bit of a kind of a pastry taste on the end. I think that's that's the vanilla mixed in there. So overall, I'd say it's probably a 7.8.
Oh, that's not bad.
Pretty good. Yeah, 5%, easy drinking.
You think it's more of a springtime beer or a summertime or more of a?
Yeah. Typically, so you either drink sours, I would say, in two different ways, right? They're either a nice palate cleanser for you, or they're like a good refreshing summertime, hot day drink. Some people have been putting out like imperial sours, 9-10%, and they hide the alcohol really well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have a couple of those and get your day off to a good start.
Oh, nice. Definitely have to add that to the list.
Yeah.
And that's JD's Bites and Brews. All right, man. Let's get to it. Behind Her Eyes.
All right.
We both seen it. Your boy Rob pulled the okey doke on everybody. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen this. The show on Netflix. But your boy Rob, he fooled us all, man.
Yeah, I don't know what your take is on that, but I did not see that coming. I knew something seemed off, right? Kind of like the whole show.
Yeah.
Especially with like her, all of a sudden being really into heroin.
Mm-hmm.
Which she wasn't really, even when she was in the nut house, she was still, she wasn't really, in there because of the drugs, probably just in there because, she was underage and her parents both got killed in the fire. And then, probably just evaluating the mental state before sending her back home. But yeah, I definitely, well, first of all, I thought Rob, had a crush on her.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But little did we know.
So it turns out.
Little did we know.
Turns out that was not the case.
Mm-hmm.
So that part in itself was kind of interesting. But then, yeah, when they figured out, she taught him how to, do the, leave the body.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he took his shot, right? They both left, and I don't know if he knew what would happen, but he hopped into her, and boom, that was the end of it.
Yeah, he drugged himself, right? Like right before, supposedly. And then that's why.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
That's why when they swapped, she couldn't move.
Yeah, she couldn't get up. She couldn't protect herself. So yeah, definitely he had a plan going in there. And then he did the same thing to, what was her name?
To Luis.
Oh yeah, Luis. Yeah, basically told her that she was ending it. She ran over in fear, and she knew that she would use her soul to try to, jolt her awake. And as she did that, boom, that was it. She jumped right into her body, came in, basically left her there for dead.
Oh yeah, pretty much. But I think I would have liked to see what else he did, because remember he's like I did so much to get here. So I think there was other stuff he did, in between after he switched bodies with her.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for the black kid, man.
I know, that sucks. Because clearly, she doesn't want a kid. I'm surprised that, and I think I said this to Mish. I'm surprised that she didn't just like leave the kid there and take off,
Oh yeah,
right?
I thought she was gonna leave with the husband, or the ex, or the baby father.
Yeah, yeah. I was shocked that she wouldn't just leave him there. But I guess it would be a little too fishy from because she was always talking about him with what's that? I can't remember his name. Is it David?
Yeah.
Yeah, that she was always talking about him with David. So probably would have been a little fishy, I guess.
I mean, it was a great ending for a limited series as well.
Yeah.
It didn't really leave you with like, oh man, I wonder what's gonna happen next. But I mean, it's gonna be a shit, pretty much like a happily ever after shit show.
Oh, for sure.
As far as them two being together, then with the son. But I mean, it was great. I liked it, man.
Yeah, it was good.
I gave it. Unfortunately, I gave it like a 7.2 because it started off a little slow.
It did. I honestly I think I almost gave up on it after a few episodes.
Yeah, but I was like, I got to keep pushing. It's only halfway through. I was like, oh, it's only 3 more episodes. Let me just finish it.
Yeah, yeah, I did the same thing. I was it is a little slow at first. I think once you realize that she's kind of manipulating everything, the wife, I think that's when or Rob, I think that's when it really gets interesting.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. It was. And then we had the other show. Tell me your secrets. Did you finish that yet or no?
We're done. Yep.
How you feeling about that ending?
Uh, it left me wanting another season, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean this one wasn't limited, so there's probably gonna be another season. But go ahead.
Yeah, crazy ending. Cool that you start to get more of the actual story, because you're kind of left with thinking that she's been the one kind of behind a lot of the killings.
Yeah.
She always dreams about herself with the hammer in her hand and seeing the dead person on the floor. Come to find out that Kit and Teresa had been together for a few years before.
Yep.
And had been planning murders and things like that. And the mom, though, holy crap.
Oh yeah, when she did that, I was like, wow.
Yeah, because she basically she had her life saved by Emma,
Mm-hmm.
and from John. John was ready to kill them both.
Yeah, but she made John wake back up into who he was.
Oh yeah, well I think I don't know about you, but I think we all kind of saw that coming.
Oh yeah.
From day one,
Mm-hmm.
from that first interview when she started talking about stuff and he felt uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this guy's. And then they cut to the grocery store and he's like staring at the girl's boobs.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, this guy's done.
He's about to
he's going
relapse.
back to totally. But he turned into a kind of a crazy character as well. But yeah, and I think when they got back and her son and the husband had kind of left because they realized that she was outside of her mind. And they had that press conference when she pinned her whole thing on Karen Miller. It was just like, oh my God, what are you doing, lady?
Yeah, and then she gave her like location, her
Oh yeah.
address, and then but that's the thing. Why would you even bring that kind of heat on her, knowing that she knows the truth about your daughter?
I don't know. I think she was trying to hopefully get someone to arrest her and put her in jail, and then obviously the person in jail is the crazy person, not her,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think that's the only thing that I could think of.
Oh, and then she also killed the swim coach. Remember, she called him over to the house.
Yeah, well, I think that's stemming from what she told her, that when she was
Yeah, when she was on the swim team.
whatever 13, and she said, oh no, started earlier than that. and you look back, when she uncovered that thing in under that she had buried, that Teresa had buried, and had the eyes crossed out on the coach. I think that once he showed up at the house, I think it was like, you're done for, dude. You got this crazy lady with the gun, the newfound gun. So yeah, crazy ending. Also, the only part that I didn't care for in the end, obviously, like Teresa going to get the baby is one thing, right? So now Kit's dead. It's like her last grasp on him with the dead person in the car, obviously, with the hammer. But how could the woman who was watching her not know who Karen Miller is? The woman was all over the news. Like I get, like in the St. James Parish, they're in the bayou down in southern Louisiana. Like I get not knowing her down there, but like you're in Minnesota where the murders happened. Clearly, like she had set it up that because she had known that Teresa would go tell her that she was Karen Miller and that was her baby, and the woman totally like flip flopped it, and I just like that part was just like I don't get that part.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I don't understand how she finessed her way to say that she was Karen Miller, but I mean, supposedly she was telling the girl that the other girl would come back and say she was, but I don't know. I felt like the grandma, but I felt like she said something about the grandmother, not the grandmother, the foster mom
Yeah.
too.
So she said, Esther would come and she would say that you were actually Karen Miller and not the other girl, because she was expecting Teresa to go there and say, I'm Karen Miller and that's my baby, right? However, Karen Miller didn't get there before Teresa, so now it kind of like flip flopped in her head. But like, still, why don't you go back? I mean,
The pictures,
Christ,
yeah.
get on the freaking internet. Like, this isn't 1990.
Yeah, but maybe she looked, because remember the girl had the same color hair as Emma did back in the day. Well, Emma had.
Yeah, she dyed she dyed the hair. Yeah, she did it on purpose. And she probably did the contact thing, right? Where she probably changed her eyes to look like I should go back and look at that, see if she had done that. But Teresa probably changed her eyes to look like the daughter's, because Karen's eyes had the one dark, one light. So yeah, but I'm excited to see what happens in the next season. Chasing with Emma or Karen chasing Teresa.
Oh yeah, and then the cops chasing her. I felt bad for the
Yep.
black guy, man. Why did he get himself in that situation, man? We got to do better, man.
That poor guy, man. All he's trying to do is help out, on him for walking into that creepy room without his gun drawn and letting being friendly with creepy John. I mean, take one look at that guy. He's a freaking creep.
And then John's still alive. Like, he got stabbed in the head a few times. He got shot. Like, what?
Yeah, but honestly, when she threw him in the closet, I'm like, this guy's not dead. There's no way. I could just tell.
And then the daughter of that guy, the rich guy, it was the one that killed the black girl. So
Yeah,
she's like a mini serial killer.
yeah, and she gets off scot-free because the dad is just a terrible human being.
Well, yeah, because everybody thought it was him. Because remember the guy comes in after he finds the body. He's like, it was all your fault.
Yep. And something didn't seem right with Pete, the therapist guy, the whole time. Definitely interested in who was actually in that, because you remember kind of towards the end, his wife's like, yeah, you didn't live here when you were a kid, and that wasn't you, like up in the up in the counting the days. So like, what is his deal? Who did he have trapped up there?
Yeah, I felt like everybody had a secret. And it kind of like all came out towards the end of the episode.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see where they go from here, as far as the chase and even some of the other characters. Because the guy, the psychiatrist guy, he was doing stuff in the town too with the rich guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, till next time.
See ya.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy Rich, JD, and Tom here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.